Good evening, you're watching Estuary News. Coming up, we head to Hull to find out about plans to help the city's homeless. And we find out your views on whether Scottish MSPs should vote on English law. And my guests tonight are Zenith Nadir, a Mexican electronic Latin fusion band who are touring the area. Welcome to Estuary News. I'm Emma Lingard. Now it's over to Dan Kemp for the news headlines.
Hello there. The economies of two of our seaside towns are to get a boost. Bridlington and Withensea will each receive £10,000 from the Coastal Communities Fund. The money will be spent on producing economic plans and focusing on priorities particularly relevant to each town. Withensea is now set to have nighttime illuminations and raised promenade seating, while Bridlington will invest some of their money on education. Caister's Montessori School closed its doors on Tuesday after rumours it's gone into administration. The school, which opened in 2009, hosted a nursery school and out-of-school provision. It was part of the Lincolnshire Montessori Group. However, the Children's House in Stallingborough remains unaffected. No one from the Montessori management was available for comment. A local school has become one of only two in the country to put on weekly scouting sessions. Around 410 Oasis Academy non-stop students will be able to take part in either Beavers or Cubs from September after taster sessions which took place on Monday.
I remember as a child doing Bob a Job as a cub. I remember doing a lot of weeding of people's gardens and that kind of thing. But scouting in the 21st century has really moved on. The emphasis, I think it's led by our Chief Scout, Bear Grylls, that life is an adventure and it's about getting children to engage with that, to take appropriate risks, to try something new, to put themselves sometimes in uncomfortable situations and to be successful.
The Monte Carlo Banger Run literally went out with a bang. The Grimsby and Cleethorpes Lions group were due to return Tuesday, but the car they travelled in failed to make the return journey. It bought £300, blew up, leaving the team stranded in Dijon. They're now making alternative arrangements to return to the UK. And finally, the Driffield Show takes place tomorrow. Here's Driffield Agricultural Society Chief Executive David Tite.
So this year we have a whole host of activity on site. We've actually increased the number of trade stands we have with us this year. So we should be touching about 520 for the first time ever. We have the William Park's main ring, and inside that, throughout the day, we're going to be having show jumping and hunter classes amongst heavy horses and all sorts of different things there. But of course, the main activity in the main ring will be the White Helmets motorcycle display team. And they'll be doing two presentations throughout the day.
That's all from me for now. You can call us on Grimsby 01472 31553 or email news@estuary.tv. Bye for now.
Thank you, Dan. £2.7 million is being spent by the Hull and East Riding branch of the charity Emmaus on a new development near Hull city centre. The new build aims to provide work and 30 beds to rough sleepers and homeless people in our area as part of a unique programme to get people off the streets, as Dave Nunn went to find out.
The Hull branch of the charity Emmaus is currently undertaking an ambitious expansion. Many people may not have heard of the charity, so what exactly is it and what does it do?
So Emmaus is a charity that was founded by Abby Pierre. Nationally we have 25 communities. Our remit is to work with those that are homeless, but we offer a very different package. So the package in Emmaus to a homeless individual is that we would offer a home, an opportunity to come and live somewhere that's safe with lots of support and lots of opportunities to learn and progress, but working daily in one of the social enterprises that we create and manage. So what we offer is a different approach because we ask a homeless individual to sign off their welfare benefit, come and live with us, come and work, contribute to society and be part of our team.
The charity's expansion in Hull and the surrounding areas is in response to what is considered a growing problem and a hidden culture of homelessness and sofa surfing in Hull.
Homelessness is on the increase. Within the East Riding itself, it's a growing concern, substantial growing concern. We know that in Hull there are rough sleepers each night in the city. Various counts can indicate anything from 8 up into 15 a night. We know that people are turned away from night shelters and direct access accommodation schemes each night that present as homeless. We also know there's a hidden sofa surfing situation in the city, specifically with younger people. What we want to do is make sure that we work with all of the homelessness agencies that are there already, but we also know we need to work hard in educating the wider sector around homelessness and how Emmaus is different.
The new 30-bed, £2.7 million project being built on Lockwood Street in Hull will aim to help these people get off the street.
The Emmaus project for Hull and East Riding is huge. In the world of Emmaus, it's a very big community. 30 ensuite bedrooms with communal facilities at the Orchard, which the building will be called. Attached to that is our huge social enterprise, so that will be our furniture superstore. We'll also have a community cafe and training facilities as well. So this particular site and this project is pretty vast, and it will have many, many functions. We're hoping that it's a real key part of this local community and that the wider community come and get involved.
With homelessness becoming a problem in Hull, these 30 new beds can't come soon enough to help people turn their lives around.
You're watching Estuary News. Coming up later, we head to Grimsby to ask whether Scottish MSPs should vote on English issues. And Dan Kemp will bring you the sports news. Mexican electronic Latin fusion band Zenith Nadir are touring the UK. They've been described as one of the most creative, futuristic and innovative bands with their mix of synths, electronic violins and vocals in Spanish and English. In their home country and online globally, they've sold 90,000 CDs, and they're with me now, Selena, Alex and Emmanuel. Welcome to the show. Now, I know you're no strangers, obviously, to the UK or to Estuary TV. Celine, ask you, how has the tour gone so far?
Well, we've had a fantastic response so far. We've been playing in Berwick-on-Tweed, Basingstoke, Christchurch and Whitby so far.
Right.
And everyone's been really nice about our music. We've had people running to us to get photographs after the gigs.
Wow.
And many people have congratulated us and said, you know, good job, well done.
Yeah, because this, I mean, how many years now? Because obviously, just to point out, you obviously originally from Beverley.
Yeah.
But how many years have you been coming to England to tour?
Well, originally I went to Mexico 2001. Spent a few years working in promoting other bands.
Right.
And then in the UK, this is our third tour.
Yeah.
The first one was 2013, then 2014, and this one is 2015.
Right.
So it's the third tour, and each year it's been building up.
And are you finding that you are getting a following of devotees now in this country?
Yeah, well, after each gig, we always get comments on Facebook, Twitter, some people congratulating us, you know, personally.
Yes.
We even had one guy who said, "Oh, I want to give you a jacket," and so we had the jacket sent in the post to us. And that was one of one person that really enjoys our music,
Right.
and he's from Berwick.
Yeah.
So that was really, really kind of him as well.
It's brilliant. Now, Emmanuel, I have to ask you, the music that you've created, obviously people are describing it as this, you know, creative, futuristic fusion. How do you find when you're playing in this country? What's the response?
In all the gigs, the response was amazing. All the people was clapping, having some fun, and enjoying themselves. You know,
Yeah.
it's I think it's like a mix between the rhythms who wants to make her dance and start to having some really good fun.
Yeah, and the concept behind the sound that you have, because it is unique and you have lots of original songs, don't you? Where did that come from, really?
Well, everything comes and starts with the lyrics. The lyrics start to making an history, and then we try to follow the history with the music and start to mixing rhythms, because we think all the music is universal and you can take it all and different kind of music together
Yes.
for making a really nice mix.
Yeah. Now, I mean,
Yeah,
Alex is obviously the front man of the
Yeah.
group,
Yes, he
as
is.
you can tell. Is Alex responsible for writing a lot of the music?
Yeah, the lyrics, Alex writes all the lyrics, yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, where does Alex get his inspiration from? I mean, I have to point out, rightly, obviously Alex's English is very limited, which is what I'm not ignoring Alex as I'm doing this interview. I mean, where does the inspiration come from?
Well, his inspiration comes from experiences he had, experiences that we've had, and basically what he sees. It could be a movie. For example, we have a song that's called Noche de Lobos y Vampiros, which is the night of werewolves and vampires, which he wrote the lyrics while he was watching the movie Werewolf in Paris.
Right, yes.
And we have others. For example, we have a electronic mariachi song called Luz de Primavera, which is Spring Light, and that was inspired also by a night in a party with friends, and, you know, the typical Mexican fiesta, if you like.
I was going to say, has the East Yorkshire countryside inspired him yet to write any songs?
Oh yes. Well, we have a new song which will be in our latest album, called Un Viaje, which is a trip, a journey.
Right.
And it was inspired by the first tour that we had here.
Right.
And we also recorded like a video ourselves independently, which had like views from Scotland and from the East Riding, from Beverley, from Hull.
Wow, so it's putting this place firmly on the map.
Yes, yes.
Right, well, we're going to have to stop there. We're going to come back to you shortly, straight after this.
Okay.
Last week saw Scottish MSPs delay the fox hunting bill despite leader Nicola Sturgeon agreeing her party would not vote on legislation connected to English issues. What is known as the West Lothian question has always been an issue in Westminster. Should Scottish members vote on issues only relevant to England? We hit the streets of Grimsby to find out your opinion.
English have the right to decide in our country? Yes, definitely do. Yeah, I think that's a good idea. Yeah.
Well, no, because the Scottish are Scottish and we're English. And I think this is how we should stay. It's all right getting all these different people, but we're an English country. We're British, and therefore we should stay that way.
It's more important. It's just English vote for English people. Simple as that. I can't vote in Scottish things, or Welsh things, or Northern Ireland's things, so they should be able to vote in my things.
Well, I think it should be an English parliament, definitely. If the Scots want a Scots parliament and the Welsh have a parliament, why not the English parliament?
I don't really have a comment on it. I mean, what Scotland's got to do with England at the end of the day? I don't know. Politics, there's a saying, you know, if voting changed anything, they'd make it illegal.
No, I think they're all part of the same thing. They had the chance to go elsewhere, but at the end of the day, they're still part of it, so...
No. Why is that? Well, because we don't vote for what they do in Scotland. They've got a parliament there. I don't know why they don't stop there. They don't need to be coming and telling us what to do. They wanted independence, they didn't get it, so they should stick to their own parliament.
Now, still with me in the studio is the Mexican band Zenith Nadir, who are touring in the UK. And we were talking just before that break about the influences and about the music and the writing. And you do sing in a mix of Spanish and English as well, don't you? I mean, in this country, how well, because obviously Spanish, it's not our language. How well does that go down? Do people sing along, tap along?
Well, we have many people who are tapping along. Some people know a few words in Spanish.
Yeah.
And then we have like maybe a chorus in English so they can sing along. We have one song that's called Rockstar. So whenever Rockstar is sang, they all go Rockstar. And so that, you know, things like that. So it makes a connection. As well as the rhythms and the odd word that we have.
It's brilliant though, isn't it? Because I know you've been described as bringing that, you know, Spanish flavour, you know, that heat to wherever you go. And in this English weather, I think we need that, don't we, at the moment? Where else have you got left to play then? Are you still travelling around this area?
Yes. Well, in this area, we're playing on Saturday in Leven at the Hare and Hounds. We've also got the Withensea Pirate Festival on the 1st of August. We'll be in the main square from 6 till 8. Yeah. We're also playing in Beverley, which is a very important gig for us. on the 21st of August.
Right.
That's in aid of the British Heart Foundation, so that's a good one.
Yeah.
And the last one in this area is the Queen's Hotel in Bridlington on the 29th of August.
Right, okay.
So yeah, we've still
now,
got a few.
the Pirate Festival, Alex, I can tell Alex likes dressing up. I bet Alex loves the Pirate Festival.
Yeah. ¿Te gusta el Festival de Piratas? ¿Te diviertes?
Me encanta. Quiero decir algo. I love you, England. Beautiful woman. ¡Mua! 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 No me quiero quedar con las ganas.
You're going to have to translate that. I think we gathered some of that. Clearly likes the Pirate Festival.
Clearly likes it.
I mean, do you dress up? You know, flamboyant clothing on stage?
Yes. Well, I mean, Alex is like the main. He makes his own hats, for example.
Wow.
He has this one. He has a red one.
Yeah.
He has feathers and all kinds of things. Mexican stuff. UK flag. Also, he has UK flag on one of his hats. And well, we try, don't we?
We try.
We compete.
No, we can't
competition. No competition whatsoever.
No, it's not competition.
As I said, I know the Pirate Festival is such a big event in Withensea. I bet you add that flavour to it, don't you?
Yeah. Well, we're definitely different, if you know.
Definitely.
So.
Fabulous band, and unfortunately we've run out of time now, but we're going to end it there. But people can still catch you before you head off to Mexico, and you've got a 4th album out next year.
Next year.
Next year.
Next year.
No doubt you'll be back again, won't you?
Yes, we're hoping to come back. Yeah.
Back in the UK. Brilliant. Well, thank you very much, and good luck for the rest of your tour.
Thank
you. Now joining me to discuss what's been happening in the news is Dan Kemp. Dan.
Good evening.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm very well. I'm waiting for this exciting news. Can you beat the band though? I bet you can't beat Zenith Nadir that's just been here, can you?
On
You
so
haven't got-
many
you're not wearing a hat.
on so many levels, I would never compare to them. It seemed like you're enjoying your interview there.
Absolutely fabulous. I think next time you come on the sofa, you should wear a hat.
I'm not sure I can make it myself there. That's the problem. But you did get a nice little picture, didn't you?
I did, yeah.
Tell everyone about what that picture was and how they can see it on Facebook.
Alex kissed me on the cheek.
And you enjoyed it.
I don't think he asked you for a kiss on the cheek last year somehow.
I didn't get one either, to be honest.
No, well, there you go. You haven't got that appeal, have you? Come on then, Dan.
Well, we'll move on to hogweed, shall we?
Yes,
From
shall
there.
we? Yeah, we touched on this the
Yes.
other day, didn't we?
Yes, we do. We've got NHS advice now on what to do should you come across such a thing.
Do people know what they're looking for?
Well, we know they go up to 3 metres high, and the stems are usually purplish in colour with like a white, flat kind of top to the flower.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what people are looking for. The NHS have issued advice, and that's if the sap of the giant hogweed comes into contact with your skin, it can cause severe painful burns, and it can make your skin sensitive to strong sunlight for large periods of time. And if you touch the hogweed, you need to cover the affected area and wash it with soap and water.
What happens if you're out and about?
Well, then you need to find some soap and some water pretty quickly, I would say.
I mean, the hogweed's always been around. Why has it suddenly become a bit of a problem now? Why are we suddenly talking about this? Or is this just media hype again?
Well, I think there'll probably be a fair amount of media hype in it. And we know there are noted cases in Manchester and London. And obviously, it gets around. It gets transported from one way to another on people's feet and in the wind and things like that.
But have we discovered whether... Because there will be hogweed in this area.
I know you said that
I asked you
had suspicions of certain places that might have it.
Yeah.
And that's something we need to look into.
Clarified? No, not yet.
Not yet.
Okay.
I'm not doing my job properly.
Okay, so be aware of hogweed.
Yes. And you know,
Which I
and you know what to do now.
Hogweed, people might think it's cow parsley because I think they're similar.
Cow parsley?
Species, aren't they?
You have to talk me through cow parsley.
Well, cow parsley's like hogweed, but smaller.
And more
So
pleasant.
at this point we should show a picture, but we haven't got a picture of cow parsley.
More pleasant as well, I'd hope.
Yeah, I think it smells.
Oh. That's not pleasant. Yeah. Shall we move on to beach sports? I think beach sports are probably more interesting. This is the Beach Sports Festival 2015 in Bridlington this Sunday.
Okay.
So we mentioned this briefly in the sports news, which you'll be able to see shortly. They've got junior beach football and cricket and rugby union, which of course are not really things you'd have thought of playing on a beach. And then along with that, they've got more, I suppose, standard beach games like volleyball as well, which people can take part in. That's this Sunday at South Beach in Bridlington.
Are you taking
from
part?
11 till 4. I'm not. I quite fancy a go at volleyball though. I think I could cut it.
Okay.
No, I'm not going to watch. Maybe I should.
Let's hope the weather stays good though. That is the key.
And if the weather stays good, you need to find the top 50 things to do in Hull and East Riding, which was in the Hull Daily Mail the other day.
What is the top things to do then?
Well, number 37, the Humber Street Sesh, which takes place on this coming week from August the 1st, Saturday, August the 1st at Hull Marina and Humber Street, with 180 top local bands taking part, amongst various other things.
Yeah.
Number 30 is Honeysuckle Farm, which is a place I've been a few times near Hornsey, to see animals.
Oh, Animal Farm.
People love animals, especially it's a family thing. 13, Spurn Point.
Spurn Point, and this is where I'm going to have to stop you. Spurn Point, favourite place to go.
I love it.
Fabulous. We're going to leave it there. And now Dan has rather quickly run to the sports studio.
According to reports, Hull City have been told that transfer target Daniel Bentley is not for sale. The Southend United goalkeeper was watched by Tigers manager Steve Bruce last week when the Shrimpers hosted West Ham United. We'll keep you updated of any developments. Meanwhile, the side travelled to Chesterfield on Tuesday night for their latest pre-season friendly. Grimsby Town goalkeeper James McEwen has left hospital after undergoing treatment for viral meningitis. His deputy veteran stopper Andy Warrington is set to deputise again on Wednesday as they play Brig. Elsewhere, Scunthorpe United face Hartlepool United on Tuesday evening. Hull Kingston Rovers hooker Sean Lunt says his side can't afford to feel sorry for themselves this week after a disappointing derby defeat to Hull FC. Lunt scored one of Hull KR's tries in the 22-12 loss to the Black and Whites and hopes to inspire the side to bounce back when they face defending champions St Helens on Friday night. Hull's new ice hockey team, the Hull Pirates, have announced their first pre-season schedule. The side will take on the Sheffield Steel Dogs away on the 4th of September before hosting the same side on the 6th at the Hull Arena. And finally, Bridlington will host its annual Beach Sports Festival this weekend. It takes place in its 7th year and it'll take place on Sunday on the town's South Beach between 11 a.m. and 4 p.m. It'll include football, netball, cricket as well as some more traditional beach games. That's all for now. Don't forget to get in contact with any stories you have for us. You can call us on 01472 31 553, email sport@estuary.tv or find us on Facebook or Twitter. And that's all for the sport.
That's it from us tonight. If you have a news story, visit our Facebook or Twitter pages or email news@estuary.tv or pick up the phone and call us. Until tomorrow, good night.
Hello and welcome to Estuary TV's weather. Many parts will be dry on Wednesday with bright or sunny spells, but the odd light shower will develop. Maximum temperatures of 19 degrees. On Thursday there'll be bright or sunny spells with a few showers, possibly heavy.